We started off kind of looking at the production companies that kind of made the actual videos for these two different companies, and we one of the first things I found was actually that the Scout, which is the company that made the Marx Brothers film, actually is an independent magazine that specialises in kind of the culinary side of things, kind of looking at doing restaurant reviews, promotions for companies, and that's kind of where this Marx Brothers video originated from. It was kind of this idea of kind of promoting artisan.
Artisan.
Artisan. It says artisan on the
right.
Kind of food companies who kind of independent, kind of hipster would be probably a good term, and kind of the brothers' image works really well with that because they're kind of both that kind of beardy, male, lanky male hipster type stuff. And it kind of it was really interesting because looking at it, it's actually it shows who the team members are on the Scout, and there's literally 4 people in this thing who who produce it kind of monthly because it's a blog and a magazine. And it was kind of interesting to look at it because it's a very independent kind of almost a one-man band type production. Looking at the actual film itself, it's quite DSLR location, but it looks like it's been filmed on like an FS700 or something similar.
The video that was done for the Dollar Shave Club is actually an amateur company, and it only cost them $4,500 to make. It was made by the owner's friends. The guy that's in the video, he is the CEO, and he founded the business. And he met the 2 people, which are on screen there, at university, and they've got their own amateur company, and they set it up for him. Yeah. And they didn't advertise the video with major websites. They just put Google adverts up, so they didn't advertise any other way. And I think within the first 48 hours of the video going up, they got 12,000 people joining the business and buying razors.
Because one thing they did point out is, whilst they budgeted it at $4,500, they did point out that for other companies, if they'd done it as a full production, which would look roughly the same, it would come out at roughly £50,000. So it's very much kind of that contrast of very small production for the Marx Brothers, where it's very personal and individual, and them talking about their sheer passion for food and how it started as an experiment and built into a business. And the kind of the Dollar Shave Club being very much a money-making idea that was had by the CEO who founded it, and then he went and spoke to his filmmaking friends about getting this advert up and running and kind of doing it as a big kind of all bangs and whistles, bells and whistles type production. So
okay.
kind of, just check this. So it's kind of the marketing kind of side of things is the Marx Brothers is very much appealing towards the hipster type people, because it's very much about saying, look, we have this passion for making chocolate, and we make every single bar wrapped individually in its own way, which is unlike any of the other ones. And we use all this kind of antique paper, gold foil, and we wrap it by hand ourselves. And it's kind of very much about saying it's homegrown by homegrown people. And there's very much that incorporation of their surname and the fact that they travel to go and get the cocoa beans from wherever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what are the impact of these campaigns?
I'd say
Jess?
I don't really know. What do you mean, what are the impacts?
Have they worked?
Yeah. Well, the Dollar Shave Club one, like I said, in 48 hours, 12,000 people signed up for the company, and now they make $7.5 million a month. But the advertisement that actually, when they say that they send razors to your door for $1, that's the cheapest product they do. They actually do other razors, which I think one of them's $6 and one of them's $8 or $9. So it was just advertising for the cheapest one, kind of more to get the word out as well.
Yeah, one thing they also didn't mention is that it's literally just for the razor and 4
Yeah, not
sets
actual
of blades instead of kind of all the extra.
Yeah.
Because you can add extras onto that, so like shaving cream and stuff
Mhm.
as well, and the cost builds up very quickly. And they also did mention that when they say for $1, that's just for the razor, not for the postage, which is $2.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
think
interesting.
it's very much the difference between there's kind of almost a sense of complete openness and honesty with the Mars brothers, even though they only talk about their passion, whereas there's this sense of it being very much an established bells and whistles company for Dollar Shave Club, where it's kind of look at our amazing offer, just ignore the small print.
The Mass Brothers video is more about the actual product from the company, and then the Dollar Shave Club is more about the company.
Yeah, it's very much about the Mars brothers. It's their passion and their emotional intimacy with the chocolate. That sounds like a bit odd, but it's kind of they have this emotional attachment as well as a financial investment in the company. Whereas for Dollar Shave Club, it very much feels like it's a money making endeavour.
$40 for 5 bars of chocolate. On Mass Brothers.
Excluding shipping, or shipping for free.
They'll ship it for free.
I think that kind of comes down to the ethics again, isn't it? It's kind of for the Mars brothers, it's kind of they're very much selling to that niche market of people who don't care about the price, but they care about the thought behind it. Whereas Dollar Shave Club is kind of very much aiming for far wider audience, kind of businessmen who don't have time to go out to the shop every couple of weeks and buy a new razor.
Mhm. Okay. Cool. Any more? Or are you done?
Any questions? Sir?
7 minutes. Anybody? Questions? No. Good. Let's move on. Okay. Thank you, guys. Well done.